Just before the start of the Centennial Apaches and Lawndale Cardinals game, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Lou Stowers. Along with the terrific City TV crew, we're going to honor the seniors on Senior Day. And here is number 2, Stephen Rudolph, with his dad, and getting a rose from Coach Tony Parente. And another one of our seniors. It could be Sergio Blandon or Anthony Santillan. It looks more like it. And number 15, there's Anthony Santillan with his mom. So congratulations to Anthony. He's a Sheriff's Explorer. Was one of the guys doing security the other day for the youth parade. And the catcher, Brian Gomez, number 10. And his mom. And I do believe next up is the team manager and the scorekeeper, Kayla Phillips, who's really been a huge help every time we come out here to do a baseball game at Lawndale. And there she is. 18. And she's wearing that TCU sweatshirt. And there's Mom. Oh, that's not Mom? Mom's working, but she said Mom might be here. How about a team mom then? But Kayla is going to be going to Texas Christian University next year. So congratulations to the seniors of Lawndale High School. Stephen Rudolph, Sergio Blandon, Brian Gomez, Rafa Luna, and Anthony Santillan, and Kayla Phillips. And also Coach Tony Parente. And we're just about ready to play ball right after this. Back here at Lawndale High School on the baseball field, and it is a dark and gloomy day for just before Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, and especially the executive producer of this television program, Diane Strickfadden. I know that she is going to be most happy with the present that she's going to be receiving. So let's go over the lineup for the Centennial Apaches, as warming up to face them will be Manny Avila. It'll be Tyree Davis playing shortstop for the Apaches, followed by Sharky Hurst. And you want to see some jackrabbits on the base paths. It'll be Tyree and Sharky. If they get on base, they'll really be running wild. Jameel Robinson batting third and playing left field, and the designated hitter Jeremy Gaskin, and he'll be batting for the third baseman Terrell Williams. And then it's the right fielder Marcus Grant, followed by the pitcher Julius Corvera, and then it'll be the first baseman Matt Llanos, followed by the catcher, and that'll be Carmelo Galloway. And then rounding out the batting order for the Apaches, Jose Valencia at second base. The Apaches come in overall 12-12 and 3-6 in Pioneer League, just above the Cardinals, and they are 4-8 on the road. Here comes the first pitch from Avila, and that's low for a ball. Manny is 2-4 on the year, and this is his 7th start. 3.5 ERA coming in with 21 walks and 18 strikeouts, and hitters are batting .334 against Manny Avila. Nice fastball, but low. The Cardinals coming in at 9-13, 0-9 in the Pioneer League, and they are 7-5 at home. Cardinals trying to snap a 10-game losing streak, and lost as the third pitch into Davis is a strike. And the Apaches did win against the Cardinals. 3-1 now to Davis. Let's just check that score from the other day, from May the 7th. That score was 10-4 Apaches over the Cardinals, and that's just inside. And on with a walk is Tyree Davis. So we'll be watching him. He will be held on by Anthony Santillan, one of the seniors. And there you see Anthony. Davis is 40 out of 43. And you say, wow, but then there's Sharkey Hurst. And there you see Davis. He is off with the pitch on the bunt. And it's fouled off. Sharkey Hurst, who now is going to talk to his head coach, Gerald Pickens. A great guy. Just had a chance to talk to him before the game. And Sharkey Hurst is 47 out of 50. So definitely a huge threat on the bases right now. Hurst was bunting last time. Let's see now. He bunts it. Avila has one play, and that's over to first. And he had to fire a fastball because Sharkey Hurst was down there in a hurry. So one down, and on the play, Davis is at second base. See a good play by Avila. That bunt was perfectly placed. That'll bring up Jameel Robinson. Robbie playing out in left field. Fastball, and that's in for a strike called by Alex Martinez. Doug Dester is out on the base paths. Jameel Robinson, one of the captains, he's a senior, listed at 5'8", 160, and Avila chases Davis back. Breaking ball in for strike two. Robinson batting .359, has 19 RBI, has a home run and 7 doubles, 4 triples. And strike three called, and Jameel Robinson knew it as that one bit off the corner. That'll bring up Jeremy Gaskin, the designated hitter. Gaskin batting .358, has 12 RBI, and ooh, look out. Rudolph went right over, head over tea kettle on Tyree Davis. And now Davis, if you go out to second base, he is writhing in pain. Watch that. And I do believe, is there a slower motion on that replay? See if we can slow that down. It looked like Rudolph's knee went right on the back of the leg of Tyree Davis. On the left leg there. So we'll just take a look as Davis is up now. So he's stretching out his whole leg there from the lower back on down. So while we got a moment, let's introduce you to the Cardinals defensively. Starting in left field is Jesse Garcia, Arnold Escobedo, Miguel Osorio, and here comes the first pitch to Gaskin, and down to third base. Good throw, but in safe is Tyree Davis. Got to be quick to catch these kids. So Tyree Davis has stolen base number 41. Almost getting him was George Escobedo. So ball 2 to Jeremy Gaskin. 2-0. Ground ball to shortstop. Luis Valencia has it and goes over to first, but it's a low throw, and I do believe that Gaskin was going to beat it out on the play. I'm going to call that an infield hit anyway. And Jeremy Gaskin with the RBI infield single. See, Gaskin was already across the bag. So it's 1-0 in favor of the Apaches, and here comes Marcus Grant, the right fielder. This is a line drive just past the glove of Rudolph into right field for a base hit. Rudolph just missed snaring that one. So down to second goes Gaskin, and Grant is on first. Watch how close Rudolph comes to this. Just out of his reach. Grant came in batting .275, and now it's Julio Corvera coming in batting .205 with 11 RBI. Strike one. Avila warming up quickly here in this cold day for me. Boy, yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. Foul tipped, strike two. So 0-2 to Corvera, and the runners have to stay because of the foul tip. So there you see out of second base is Gaskin. And now they got him picked off. And Gaskin going back to second is tagged out by Escobedo. And that's going to do it. So the play will go 1 to 6 to 5 on the putout, caught stealing. And then Marcus Grant was stranded over at first base, and then Julio Corvera will be up again. And there you see the tag out put on by Jeremy Gaskin. So 1 run on 2 hits and a man left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Apaches leading the Cardinals 1-0, and the Cardinals coming up against Corvera. All right, bottom of the first inning, and don't know what the coach of Centennial is talking to the umpiring crew about over to the right. There we go. We'll have to find out whether there's been a change or not in the outfield. They may have taken out, was it Tyree Davis was at shortstop, and Tyree is wearing number 1, so don't know what they could be talking about. They're actually pointing out towards the middle infield. Just trying to see who is playing shortstop. It looks like Tyree Davis at second base, and he's talking to Jose Valencia. And it looks like we're getting ready to go. There you see Davis. And the Apaches getting ready to face Arnold Escobedo, followed by Steven Rudolph and Jesse Garcia. Then it'll be Brian Gomez, George Escobedo, Miguel Osorio, Manny Avila, Anthony Santillan, and rounding out the batting order for the Cardinals is Luis Valencia, as Escobedo looks to strike one from Julio Corvera. Corvera pitching from the stretch, and this fastball gets away. It's 1-1. So that tells me that Julio must be a reliever getting a start today. Or he's just more comfortable that way. Ground ball right back to Corvera. Throws it over to first where Matt Llanos is, and it's a 1-3 putout to start off the Cardinal attack. Here comes Steven Rudolph. What a career he has had here at Lawndale High School. Escobedo came in starting off the day at .379. Rudolph comes in batting .333 with 8 RBI, has 2 doubles and a triple. And it is a tough shot to get a home run here, but his job is to set the table. And lines this one just foul down the right field line. Tony Parenti coaching down at third base, the head coach for the Cardinals. Oz Maldonado at first. Curveball, and that's way outside. 1-1 to Rudolph. Apache defense from left to right. Jameel Robinson, Sharkey Hurst, and Marcus Grant. And this one is into center field for a base hit. So Rudolph starts everything off for the Cardinals. And now let's see stolen bases for Steven. Steven is 13 out of 15. The leader on the team is Arnold Escobedo, 22 out of 26. And Jesse Garcia, the left fielder, in. And this one hits the outside corner for strike one. So we left off with Sharkey Hurst out in center field. Marcus Grant is in right. And Rudolph was off with the pitch. And Corvera couldn't get the ball out of his glove, or was fumbling it, looking at Rudolph. But does get the man at first. So 1-3 on the putout on Garcia, and down to second base goes Rudolph. And that'll bring up Brian Gomez. So Brian Gomez, batting .318, has 12 RBI, 2 home runs on the year. There's Brian looking down at second base. Has Steven Rudolph out at second base. First pitch is out of the strike zone, ball one. For the Apaches, behind Corvera, third base is Terrell Williams. Rudolph was chased back. Tyree Davis at shortstop. Jose Valencia at second, and Matt Llanos at first. And behind the plate is Carnell Galloway. Breaking ball, and that's low and outside. 2-0. So when Rudolph gets on, he likes to come around to score. He's tied for second in runs scored with 13, with Arnold Escobedo. The leader is George Escobedo with 14 runs. Swing and a miss, and Rudolph gets chased back to second base by Galloway. 2-2 the count now to Brian Gomez. This one's fouled back, out of play. Brian Gomez was honored at the Senior Day presentation. He's a senior, 5'10", 200-pounder. Ground ball to shortstop. Here comes Davis. Throws it across to Llanos. And that'll do it for the Cardinals, who strand Steven Rudolph. No runs on a hit, one man left. And we go to the top of the second inning after this replay. Nice pick by Llanos. And we'll go to the top of the second. Top of the second inning, it'll be Julio Corvera, who was at the plate with an 0-2 count when Jeremy Gaskin got picked off. So a new count for Julio. First pitch is in the dirt from Manny Avila. He'll be followed by Matt Llanos and Carnell Galloway. Pitch was just outside, so it's 2-0. Fastball, and that's down the middle. 2-1, says Alex Martinez. Manny is a junior, 5'9", 153 pounds. And this one bloops just down the line into right field. It's picked up by Osorio, who's quick on it. So the leadoff man is on again for the Apaches. See this one just off the end of the bat and drops in. So here comes Llanos. Matt coming in batting just 171, and for Corvera, the pitcher for the Apaches, he's at 205. Llanos with only 1 extra base hits, 1 double in his 6 hits, so he didn't get a whole lot of playing time. Also has 10 RBI. So he can get it done when runners are on, that's for sure. Pitch is low and away for a ball. Llanos is just a freshman, but he's listed at 6'4", 205. Mercy. Ground ball to second. It's a shortstop, I should say. Valencia over to Rudolph. And double play. 6-4-3. Valencia to Rudolph to Centennial. This was picture perfect. Valencia shovels it over to Rudolph. Beautiful turn. Centennial, nice stretch. That'll bring up Galloway. Carnell is a quick catcher. Breaking ball, and that's low for a ball. Carnell is just a junior, and this breaking ball is low and away as well. 2-0. Carnell batting 294 with no RBI, just 5 hits. Fastball, and that's right down the middle. Carnell rocking the purple gloves. Got to get a picture of those batting gloves. Maybe next time. Bouncer to second base, and Rudolph on a nice little play to Anthony Santillan. And then we see Anthony. And so no runs on 1 hit, as we see Rudolph charging the ball and making a nice throw over to Santillan off balance. So 4-3 on the putout. No runs on a hit, nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be George Escobedo for the Cardinals, followed by Miguel Osorio and Manny Avila in that order to face Julio Corvera. Fastball right down Inglewood Avenue. Strike 1. 1 run on 3 hits for the Apaches. No runs on 1 hit for the Cardinals. 1-1 now to George Escobedo. Ground ball to shortstop, picked up by Davis and pumps it across to Llanos. 6-3 on the putout. So lots of ground balls served up by Corvera, and that'll bring up Osorio. George Escobedo came in batting 345. Now Osorio comes in batting 143 with just 3 RBI, no extra base hits. First pitch into Miguel is a ball. Pop foul, and that is going to go out of play. So 1-1 to Osorio. For Julio Corvera, he is 1-3, and this is his first start. So our suspicions were right. He is mostly a relief pitcher in his 34 1/3 innings coming in. Has 2 saves. Slow breaking ball. We could almost count the seams on that one. And it stays outside. 2-1 to Osorio. Corvera has a 3.06 ERA coming in, And a swing and a miss, 2-2. Corvera is 10 walks and 17 strikeouts, now 18 strikeouts. As this one's popped up. Actually, no, he doesn't have a strikeout today. Avila does. Has given up just one home run, and batters are hitting .237 off of Julio Corvera. Fastball, and that's fouled back. Still remains 2-2. Yep, just seems like the season started about a week or so ago, and it's already the last game of the season as this one's bounced right back to Corvera and over to Llanos, and it's 2 down, 1-3 on the putout. That'll bring up Avila. And another year in the books for these seniors, and wish them well in their future endeavors. Manny's a junior, so he has one more year on the squad. Seen a lot of improvement on the mound. And as he gets older, a lot more velocity on his fastball as he swings through Corvera's fastball. 0-1. Manny batting .232, and this one is lined into the glove of Terrell Williams to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. So a line out to third base. And we'll catch a piece of this one. And they're really swinging a little bit too soon, it looks like, on Corvera. Maybe the second time around they'll figure him out. So there's Williams with a catch. No runs, no hits, and nobody left as we go to the third. Top of the third we go. It'll be the bottom of the order. Jose Valencia followed by Tyree Davis and Sharkey Hurst. And the first pitch to Valencia from Avila is in for a strike. So both pitchers doing a good job today. And a breaking ball, and that settles in for strike 2 against Jose Valencia, playing second base today for Gerald Pickens. Valencia is batting .347. High hopper, and that goes to Valencia, and Valencia gets Valencia out. 6-3 on the putout. Anthony Santillan being the big guy over there first base. As Valencia tried to go the other way. And a nice play by Luis, the freshman. But at this point of the season, you're not a freshman anymore. And the first pitch to Tyree Davis is low. So 1-0. Manny Avila. Fastball. Maybe took something off of it. And that's in for strike 1. Tyree walked, stole a base, and scored back in the first inning. And he is a danger. 41 stolen bases on the year for Tyree Davis. Sharkey Hurst on deck has 47. This one's hit high in the air to left field. And back goes Garcia, still going back. And that is a home run. I heard it hit a thunk. There's some blue trash cans back there. And Tyree Davis makes it 2-0 on that opposite field jack. And that's not an easy poke here at Lawndale High School, like we've said. And there you see Davis just going the other way. Let's see if we can see if it does land in a trash can. I didn't see the ball bounce anywhere, but I did hear a thunk like it hit one of those blue plastic cans. First pitch to Hurst is up high for a ball. So let's hope that doesn't affect Avila too much. Settles in to pitch a fastball for a strike. Hurst bounced back to Avila back in the first inning. And for Davis, that's home run number 2. And RBI number 26. So Sharkey fouled that off, and now it's 1-2. Still 1-2. So did that land in the trash can? It landed in the hole-in-one. He should be on the tour. So it looks like somebody did recover it, the home run by Tyree Davis. And it was in the trash can. So Sharkey Hurst hanging tough. Swings and misses, and it's in the glove of Brian Gomez. So strikeout number 2 for Avila, and a big one to get Hurst out of there. A nice pitch by Avila. Got him on a breaking ball. Big left-handed Jameel Robinson. Boy, he locks and loads and unloads. Struck out back in the first inning. Jameel, a senior on the team. Outside. Also, like we said before, in his first at bat, one of the captains. Came in batting .359 with 1 home run and 19 RBI. Avila doesn't like that ball. So Alex Martinez, the home plate umpire, accommodates him with a new one. Breaking ball, and that's grounded to second. A tough hop for Rudolph on the short hop. And a nice pick by Anthony Santillan to get the speedy Jameel Robinson. 4-3 on the putout. So 1 run on the big towering opposite field home run by Tyree Davis as we watch Rudolph and Santillan do their thing. Nice short hop. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Apaches as we go to the bottom of the third. It'll be Anthony Santillan, followed by Luis Valencia, and then the top of the order, and Arnold Escobedo. Anthony, big kid, listed at 5'11". I bet he's a little taller than that now. He's a senior, one of the captains on this team, along with Manny Avila and Stephen Rudolph. And fouled it off. It's 0-2. Anthony coming in batting .250 with no home runs, has a couple of doubles. 1-1, excuse me. 1-1's the count. Two and 1. But Anthony was telling me the other day that he is an LA County Sheriff's Explorer and hits this one high and deep to center field. Back goes Hurst, and right at the fence, hauls it in. So I tell you what, that wind stole a home run away from Anthony Santillan. And a nice catch by Sharkey Hurst. Not too far away from the fence at all. That was to dead center field. Now, in retrospect, if this game was played at Hawthorne, where the field is turned around, or home plate would be in right field here, that definitely would have been a home run in Hawthorne. And scoring to bunt and missing is Luis Valencia for a strike. Luis, the future of the club, is a freshman. 1-1. Getting to play here at the varsity level, although Luis still trying to catch up to that big boy pitching. And it's ball 2, 2-1. Batting just 0-48. And Galloway looked like it either broke his glove Yep. There we see Julio Corvera. Too much mustard on the hot dog on those pitches. Must have been an old glove, because nothing against Julio, but I don't think his fastball is strong enough to break a whole lot. But Carnell Galloway has to borrow a glove from Lawndale. So Brian Gomez says, there you go, bro. Nice gesture, nice sportsmanship. Nice glove, too. So it's 2-1 to Luis Valencia.
Get it down.
Now it's 3-1. So Valencia looking to get on any way he can, trying to get something back, and now he bunts it nicely. Corvera throws it over to Llanos. 1-3 on the putout. And again, Luis just trying to do anything to get a hit. Now, if there is anything wrong with that, it would have been a great sacrifice, is that Luis pushed it instead of just killing the ball there and leaving it right out at the cut of the grass. So by pushing the bunt, it went a little bit closer to Corvera. So 2 down, that'll bring up Escobedo. And it misses the strike zone. Arnold bounce out to Corvera in the first inning. And another bunt try. And Corvera underhands this one to Llanos. And 1-3 on the putout there, and the Cardinals are done in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2-3 goes Lawndale as we watch the replay. And a nice jump off the mound by Corvera to get the Cardinals in order. Jeremy Gaskin followed by Marcus Grant and Julio Corvera in that order to face Manny Avila down 2-0. Actually, I should say Tyree Davis leads 2-0. He's been the offense for the Apaches. Other than that, Avila has pitched a whale of a game. Gaskin had the RBI single back in the first inning. That scored Davis. Curveball, and that's in for strike 1. Then was picked off, caught stealing from second to third to end the first inning. So 2-1 to Jeremy is the designated hitter, batting for the third baseman, Terrell Williams. This one's fouled off. 2-2. A lot of construction going on around campus. Behind the campus, the new district warehouse and offices, and a swing and a miss. And out is Gaskin. Brian Gomez didn't have to throw it down to first because he caught it, even though it was in the dirt. So strikeout number 3 for Avila. That'll bring up Marcus Grant. Grant singled to right field. Now he squares to bunt. And it's 0-1. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Apaches and no runs and 1 hit for the Cardinals. Up around the eyes, 1-1. Marcus, a 5'10" junior. And now it's 2-1. Marcus came in batting .275 with 2 triples.
Good eye.
Low and away. Now it's 3-1 to Grant.
All right, here we go.
Second walk given up by Avila.
Help yourself, Julio.
And with 1 down, that'll be Julio Corvera.
Pick up your coach. Pick up your coach.
Corvera coming in batting .205. Does have 17 hits and 11 RBI and 3 doubles. So even though he's pitching today, got to be careful with him. Base running, Marcus Grant is 22 out of 22. So now the Cardinals and Avila are going to be very busy, as talking to him was George Escobedo. There's Marcus Grant being held on by Anthony Santillan. There he goes. And Grant goes back. That was a pitch out. So Tony Parente has schooled the Cardinals well. And with lofty numbers like Grant, 22 out of 22 in stolen bases, it's still just half of what Davis and Hurst have. There goes Grant, pitches high. The throw is a nice throw. And Steven Rudolph had to spin around the other way as the throw was slightly on the left side of the bag. So Grant is 23 out of 23 in stolen bases. And now it's 2-0 to Corvera. Looking down at Pickens, he saw the stolen base, and Rudolph doing a good job to keep the ball on the infield. Slider, and that's outside. 3-0 now to Corvera. Swing and a miss. Corvera has only, then we have a balk called on Manny Avila. So down to third base goes Grant on the balk by Manny Avila. Curveball, and that's low, and 2 walks in a row given up by Avila to compound things. And that's the first balk of the year for Avila. So 3 walks and 3 strikeouts for Manny Avila, and now George Escobedo going out to calm down his junior pitcher. As we see the next hitter, Matt Llanos, again just a youngster. But boy, what a frame, 6'4", 205. Bet you he can overpower a refrigerator too. Pitch, and that's in the dirt. Nice stop by Brian Gomez, excuse me. Grant, one of the better catchers in the South Bay area. Gerald Pickens, the Apaches head coach, was complimenting Gomez as one of the better pitchers in the league.
Up, up.
And this one's bounced into Gomez, did a good job to keep it in front of him. And down to second base goes Corvera.
Base hit scoring 2.
So it's 2-0 on Llanos, and now here comes Tony Parente. And he wants to talk to Avila. And here comes the infield with him. So checking Corvera's stolen base numbers. That's his sixth stolen base this year out of 7 tries. And now Alex Martinez wants to move everything along. So that wind's starting to blow through again, and the cloud cover is starting to break up. And the count is 2-0 on Matt Llanos. The freshman is yet to get his first home run, has 1 extra base hit. Fouls that one off, it's 2-1. And he has 10 RBIs, only 6 hits and 10 RBIs. Also scored 4 runs, so when he gets on, he's productive. Look out. 3-1, so another high count.
Tag up butterfly ball, guys.
With 1 down and 2 men in scoring position for the Apaches. Llanos looking to break it open. And this one is off the hands and into left field. In to score is Grant, and Corvera stays at third base on the RBI single by Matt Llanos, and that makes it 3-0 Centennial.
Come on, Cornell, bring 'em in.
You see that ball just landing in front of Garcia. Didn't have a whole lot on it, but it does damage. And for Llanos, that's RBI number 10. Or check that, that's number 11. And Cornell Galloway steps in with runners at first and third and only 1 out. And Avila has seen the strike zone move around on him this inning, already with 2 walks after striking out Jeremy Gaskin to lead off the inning. 3-0 is the score. On 5 hits.
Now you ready.
3-1 now to Galloway, who bounced out to Stephen Rudolph at second base in the second inning. Now the count's full.
Come on, Cornell. Gotta swing that.
You see those purple gloves.
Pick it up out his hand. Don't get cheated.
In the dirt. So now it's 3-2. Avila out of the stretch. Fastball, and that's lined into right field for a base hit. Here comes Corvera to make it 4-0. And Llanos goes all the way from first to third on the RBI single by Cornell Galloway. They see a nice single and bobbled around by Miguel Osorio, but it's a good thing Matt Llanos is running around the bases because he is not that fleet of foot. And this one's bunted up the first base line. Foul by Jose Valencia, who's 0 for 1. So for Galloway, that's just his 6th hit of the year and his first RBI. So at 12-12 and 3-6 in the Pioneer League, you wouldn't think that the Apaches are burning up things, and this one's bunted right to Avila. 1-3 on the put out, and everybody has to stay put. Now here comes trouble in Tyree Davis. They lost their opening game to Long Beach Poly 5-2, so that was a good one, a good loss, if you can say that. Beat Linwood 4-1. And then in league on the 12th of April, first pitch is in for a strike to Davis, 0-1. At Centennial, they defeated the El Segundo Eagles 6-5, so that was a huge win. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Davis walked, stole a base, and scored in the first inning, then hit an opposite field home run into a trash can in left field. Swings and misses, and down goes Davis. And that'll do it for the Apaches. But 2 runs come across on a couple of hits, and a couple of Apaches are left as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Senior days, Steven Rudolph will lead things off for the Cardinals, followed by Jesse Garcia and Brian Gomez to face Julio Corvera. And Julio walked and scored, stole a base back in the top of the inning to help give himself a 4-0 lead, and this one's lined into center field for a base hit. So Steven not wasting any time like he usually doesn't. And a base hit, solid base hit by the diving Tyree Davis into center field. Watch this. The pitch appeared to be up around the eyes, but Rudolph took care of it. So the leadoff man is on for the first time for the Cardinals. As a matter of fact, that's the first base runner since the bottom of the first inning when Rudolph had a base hit then. So he has both hits for the Cardinals as Garcia checks in, and down goes Rudolph, and he's out. Beautiful throw by Carnell Galloway to get the speedy Steven Rudolph. Got a good jump. And a nice tag by Valencia, I do believe. And a strike. 1-1's the count to Garcia. And this one is into right field for a base hit. They tried to get him. Grant tried to throw out Garcia with a throw to Llanos. A good thing Galloway was backing things up. So when things aren't going your way, Steven Rudolph might have been at least at second base, but he tried to take the advantage, try to take the base, and why not? That's usually what he does. And Steven now 13 out of 16. Curveball, that's in the dirt. 1-0. Well, the wind's really blowing now. And no way to stop it from hitting our microphone. This one's popped high in the air down the right field line over before it goes Grant, and he may run out of room. And he does. So 1-1. So at least the second time around, the Cardinals are figuring out Corvera, but now it's 4-0. So they need to get something going. And Brian Gomez bounced out to shortstop his last time up. Curveball, and that's bounced over to Tyree Davis. Davis over to Valencia, and got him. Nice throw over to Matt Llanos, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. So both teams have a double play. There you see Davis scoops it over to Valencia, who makes the nice turn. And Llanos with a nice stretch as we go to the top of the 5th. Sharkey Hurst, Jameel Robinson, and Jeremy Gaskin to face Manny Avila. Now the Cardinals making it easy on Julio Corvera, as only 7 pitches thrown in the bottom of the 4th inning, and helped out by the 6-4-3 double play. First pitch to Hunt, or Hurst I should say, is out of the strike zone. It's 1-0. Well, across the way over the center field wall, the Lady Cardinals are playing softball against Centennial, and it's their senior day as well. So it's 2-0 to Hurst. There you see him. Up high. Now it's 3-0 to Hurst, who's 0 for 2. Bounced out to Avila and struck out in the 3rd. And now here's trouble. That's the 4th walk given up by Avila to go with 4 strikeouts. But Hurst has 47 out of 50 stolen bases. And I'm sure George Escobedo is going to remind him that. And there you see Jameel Robinson, the captain, one of the captains on this Apache team, who is 0 for 2 as well, struck out and bounced out to Stephen Rudolph at second base in the 3rd inning. Avila stepping off the rubber. Let's watch Hurst's leadoff. There he goes. Pitches high. The throw by Gomez is there. Got him! Beautiful throw by Brian Gomez, and he is definitely one of the better catchers in the South Bay. If you knock down Sharkey Hurst, you're doing something right. Fastball is up high, a perfect pitch to throw on. And a nice tag by Rudolph. Hanging in there. 2-4 on the putout. So now Hurst is 47 out of 51. So if you have 51 stolen base tries, you're getting on quite a bit. And Robinson had a heck of a swing. Now it's 1-1. So just checking on Hurst, has 33 hits and also 11 walks. Davis leads the club with 12 walks. This one smashed down the right field line. Centennial can't come up with it. And that's a 1-out single for Robinson. He just torched it. Picked up by Osorio and got it in. And this team likes to run as Gaskin gets in, steps in the batter's box, and Avila chases Robinson back. Robinson is 11 out of 11 in stolen bases, and this one's lined into center field and snagged by Escobedo. Tried to double off Robinson, who had to scamper back. So a good play in the outfield by Arnold Escobedo, as this one was smoked as well. So Escobedo trying to throw out Robinson. He had already gotten back. So Marcus Grant looks at the first pitch for a ball. Marcus walked, stole a base, and then was balked to third and came around to score. And this one was hit high in the air. That was supposed to be a pitch out, but Grant swung on it and flew out to center field, and Arnold Escobedo. So good defense by the Cardinals. No runs on a hit and a man left. And a good play by Brian Gomez to Stephen Rudolph to cut down one of the speediest Apaches there ever was. As we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning, it'll be George Escobedo, followed by Miguel Osorio and Manny Avila, facing Julio Corvera. And this is grounded up the middle and picked up by Davis. Strong throw to get him. Pretty play by a terrific ball player in Tyree Davis. Let's watch this replay. I thought this was into center field for sure, but Davis in center field with a strong throw to Llanos. Miguel Osorio steps in, 0 for 1, looks at ball one. So Davis is just a junior. Swing and a miss. Osorio bounced out to Corvera back in the second inning. And Osorio, actually Corvera, here comes the pitch, and that's up high, 2-1. Corvera has pitched to just one Cardinal over the minimum. Back in the first inning, Steven Rudolph had a base hit and was stranded at second. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And then Rudolph had a base hit back in the fourth inning, but was caught stealing. And then after a Jesse Garcia base hit, Brian Gomez hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Foul tipped into the glove, and down goes Osorio on a high heater. And that's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Corvera. And in steps Manny Avila. 0 for 1, lined out to third base back in the second inning. So Corvera, just a sneaky pitcher. Breaking pitch. That's out of the strike zone. You know, when he throws, when he warms up, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, he sure doesn't look all that special. Up high, 2-0. But the kid, who's normally a reliever, has pitched lights out against the Cardinals. And that's up high. No runs on 3 hits. And that's his first walk. So the broadcaster's jinx. So now just 2 players over the minimum. Still a terrific ball game thrown by Corvera. And Anthony Santillan trying to make him pay for it. Anthony flew out deep to center field, and Sharkey Hurst had all but run out of room. And another big swing and a miss, trying to cut through this wind that's coming right off the 405 from right field down to home plate. It is just so tough to hit one out here, although Tyree Davis hit a home run to the opposite field and left field, and that was when the wind was relatively calm. But boy, the ball that Anthony hit, that appeared to be out, but it hit that wall of wind that's up above where we are, and it just went right down into the glove of Sharkey Hurst. But Julio Corvera doing a great job on the mound for Centennial. This one's popped up down the left field line, and getting underneath it and putting it away is Jameel Robinson. And that's the third out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, a man left, as Centennial trying to do the same thing Davis did, but didn't hit it quite as far. As we go to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th inning, it'll be Julio Corvera, Matt Llanos, and Carnell Galloway to face Manny Avila in his 6th inning of work. Manny has done a terrific job, I gotta tell you today. Has given up 4 runs on 7 hits. Only 2 Apaches have been left on base. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. But 2 walks in the 4th inning came in to score, and that really puts a stain on a close game. Still close. 2-0 now to Corvera. But Tyree Davis with a 2-run home run, check that, a solo home run, his 2nd of the year, and then walked and came around to score on Gaskin's RBI single, and that's been it. 3-0 now to Corvera, who has really outpitched Avila today. No runs on just 3 hits and 2 batters over the minimum, and Corvera now has himself a walk on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Llanos, who got an RBI single back in the 4th inning. That was his 11th RBI of the year. The big freshman, the big Apache. So Julio getting the pitcher's jacket on, the warm-up, to keep that right arm warm. So he's coming out for the 7th inning. Avila out of the stretch, and the big kid did not pull the bat back in time, so it's strike 1. So still looking for some insurance are the Apaches, and why not? Corvera is, he had his 6th stolen base before he scored on the RBI single back in the 4th inning. So he's 6 out of 7, and Avila keeping him close with Anthony Santillan. Avila looking back, and there goes the runner. This is a line drive to Avila, and it's an easy 1-3 double play. So Julio Corvera says, what? There you see the line drive bunt right into the glove of Avila. And of course, Corvera was going on the pitch, so he was an easy out. So another double play for the Cardinal defense. That's 2 today, and that's in for a strike on Carnell Galloway. Carnell, good looking catcher. Strike 2. Carnell had an RBI single back in the 4th inning. That was his first RBI of the season and just his 6th hit. Slow roller up the 3rd baseline. Escobedo with a strong throw to Santillan, and down go the Apaches in the top of the 6th inning. Galloway just getting a piece of it, but Escobedo playing in anyway and guns it across to Anthony, and Santillan making a good pick as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Luis Valencia to lead things off for the Cardinals. Then the top of the order, Arnold Escobedo, and then Steven Rudolph to face Julio Corvera in his 6th inning of work, and what a job he has done. No runs on just 3 hits, has struck out 1, walked 1, both in the 5th inning. And only 2 Cardinals have been left on base. Strike 1 to Valencia. And on top of that, he has only thrown 57 pitches. Corvera, normally a reliever. Now let's check how many starts he has. I do believe we talked about that at the top. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2 to Luis, who bunted out to Corvera back in the 2nd inning. Check that, the 3rd inning, in his only other at bat. Just outside, 2 and 2. So for Corvera, this is his 18th appearance, but his first start. Fastball, and a nice one, but that was up high and swung on and fouled off by Luis. Just a freshman. Luis listed at 5'5", 121. Even at that, he's still not hitting his weight, but there's a slow roller up the 3rd baseline, and now they're calling it foul. But a nice play anyway by Terrell Williams. So it remains 2 and 2. Alex Martinez emphatic, and there you see the replay.
Good job anyway, Terrell.
So it's 2 and 2 now to Valencia. And this one's lined into the glove of Jose Valencia. So they've been playing pepper all game long. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Arnold Escobedo, who's made a couple of good catches out in center field today. On Jeremy Gaskin's smoking line drive, came in, was playing in to snag that, almost double off a batter, almost doubled off Jameel Robinson. And then, ouch. That one hit the head of Arnold Escobedo. Knocked his hat off. Puts his cap back on. And Arnold, let's watch this one. Ouch. So first hit batter, and Arnold ducked out of the way the proper way. And the way those helmets are designed, they're not designed for speed, you know, like that. As a matter of fact, Tony Parente, not taking any chances, wants to take that helmet out of play. Now, if you look at that helmet, the way they're designed to deflect the impact of a ball. So there you see the helmet, and you see that the paint on there. Now Tony does know a little bit about injuries since he's a motorcycle cop. So he's checking the eyes of Arnold, seeing that his pupils are dilated the same, and also asked him what his name and his birthday was. But Arnold is, at any rate, is on base. Rudolph looks at strike 1. Steven is 2 for 2. Was caught stealing back in the 4th inning. So it's Arnold Escobedo. We'll hope that he continues to stay in there. And this one's hit to Davis. Davis to Valencia, on to Llanos. And that's a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning there. So we'll watch the replay on this one. And just out of the reach of Corvera. Davis is there, though, to Valencia. Nice slide by Escobedo and almost beating out that return throw. But Llanos, the big 6'4" freshman, with a nice stretch as we go to the top of the 7th. So here we are back at the top of the 7th inning, and we have some changes. This one is just out of the reach of George Escobedo. So that's Jose Valencia, 0-1. And then it's Tyree Davis and Sharkey Hurst to face Manny Avila. Curveball, and that's fouled off. So Rafa Luna, the senior, gets in the ball game. He's now in right field. Arnold Escobedo is out, so Luna. And there's a swing and a miss, and down goes Valencia. So that's the 5th strikeout for Avila. And that'll bring up the top of the order in trouble, or AKA Tyree Davis. Playing at shortstop. Yep, you know, this kid gets a lot of wear and tear. There's a patch, a ripped up patch on his, and there we go, a fly ball into left field, and that is in for a base hit, a fair ball for Tyree Davis. Ty is now 2 out of 3 with a walk, 2 runs scored, a home run, and an RBI. That'll bring up Sharkey Hunt, and we'll see Davis take off for sure, I'm sure. Avila with a fastball, and that's out of the strike zone. Sharkey is 0 for 2 with a walk and was caught stealing on a terrific throw by Gomez. Now it's 2-0. Another ball. So it's now 3-0 to Hurst, who already has 1 walk. And don't think Davis is going to go now. And this is a curveball, and that's low. So now, 2 fastest runners, I would imagine the 2 fastest runners in the Pioneer League are on base for Jameel Robinson. In for a strike. Jameel is 1 for 3, had a base hit to right field his last time up. Armando Novella is out in center field. Davis is going, and Davis is out. Cut down 2-5. But on the back end of the play, nice play by Escobedo. On the back end of the play, Sharkey Hurst, I should say. Sharkey with the stolen base. Now has 48 stolen bases. And a ball on Robinson. 3-1 to Jameel. And Avila trying to keep Hurst close. And this is hit into the gap, actually into left field, and back on the ball went Garcia to put it away. So that'll do it for the Apaches, and that ends the threat for the Apaches in the top of the 7th inning. No runs on a hit and a man left, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last call for Jesse Garcia and the Cardinals on a nice catch. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Last call for the Cardinals, and it'll be Jesse Garcia, Brian Gomez, and George Escobedo facing Julio Corvera. Fastball, and that just misses. For Garcia, he is 1 for 2, had a base hit back in right field in the 4th inning. And hits this one high in the air to left field. And back on the ball goes Robinson, right at the wall to put it away. So the Cardinals have come close twice, Garcia and Centennial, but both to the big part of the yard. Jesse gave it a ride. And now comes Brian Gomez. Brian, a senior, and what could be his last at bat. Looks at ball 1. Brian is 0 for 2, has hit the ball hard, but right to the shortstop. Bounced out to shortstop in the 1st inning and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 4th to end a threat. Biggest threat of the game, really, for the Cardinals back in the 4th inning. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. But for Manny Avila, 4 runs on 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 1 balk. 2-1 now to Gomez.
Yes.
2-2. Avila threw 108 pitches on the day. And this one's hit hard into right field, and this one's going to go into the corner. Gomez going for 2 as the ball's picked up by Grant, throws it in, and Gomez is going to try for 3. Throw comes in, and he is in there. Got under the tag somehow of Terrell Williams, and a 1-out triple by Brian Gomez. Going the other way, here comes the throw in. Williams had it, but underneath the tag slides Gomez. So now an RBI opportunity for George Escobedo. Down low for a ball. George is 0 for 2, is bounced out to Davis at shortstop. Fastball, and that's tapped, and Corvera throws it away, into scores Gomez, and the Cardinals have cracked the egg. It's 4-1. And now Pickens wants to go out and talk to Corvera. So there's the throw. See if it would have. Well, it appeared that Escobedo had already crossed the bag, so we're going to call that an infield hit. So Gerald Pickens is going to stick with Julio Corvera. But now it's 4-1 on the triple by Gomez, and then a little tapper to a perfect spot on the infield. and that's an RBI for Escobedo. That brings up Rafa Luna. Rafa took over for Miguel Osorio out in right.
Come on, let's get the battle. Don't worry about him. That run don't matter.
Miguel was 0 for 2.
That run don't matter. Let's get this battle.
And the ball gets away from Callaway. And down to second base goes Escobedo with a stolen base. So for George, that's the 21st stolen base of the year. Arnold Escobedo has 22. And bunt try again by Rafa, getting to play on senior day. And for George, the RBI, that was his 7th RBI of the year. 2-0 now to Luna. Right down Inglewood Avenue. So it's 2-1 now to Rafa. Fouls this one off. It's 2-2. So Luna coming in batting .322. Check that, .324. Has 7 RBIs and has a triple. His only extra base hit.
Got him.
And now they may have Escobedo picked off. Williams trying to run him down and gets him. We'll have to see who the middleman was, but it won. So he was picked off. I do believe that was Jose Valencia, the second baseman. So we'll call it 1-4-5 on the pickoff. So now Cardinals are down to their last strike.
Shut the door right here, baby.
Corva with the pitch, and that's fouled off. So Rafa Luna hanging tough. On deck, Manny Avila. But now Luna needs a 2-out, 2-strike something. Swings and misses. And down goes Luna, and down go the Cardinals. And it's a 4-1 victory for the Centennial Apaches and for Julio Corvera, who thoroughly confounded the Cardinal hitters. So for the Apaches, 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. And for the Cardinals, they had 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher, Julio Corvera, and his record now improves to 2-3. And for Manny Avila, his record falls to 2-5. Manny had 6 walks and 5 strikeouts, gave up a home run. And then Julio Corvera had 1 strikeout and 1 walk. And actually 2 strikeouts and 1 walk, and also hit a batter. But Corvera, with 17 pitches in that inning, .84 pitches in all for the winner, Julio Corvera, in a 4-1 victory over the Cardinals. And now the Cardinals fall to 9-14 and 0-10 in Pioneer League action, and the Apaches improve to 13-12 and 4-6 in league action. Well, our player of the game for the Cardinals has to be Manny Avila. Avila pitched a terrific ball game today in a losing effort, but giving up 4 runs on 8 hits, striking out 5 and 6 walks, held the Apache attack. Tyree Davis with the big hit. That was the solo home run in the 3rd inning, but the only run that Julio Corvera needed was Tyree Davis's run back in the 1st inning when he walked to lead off the game and then stole 3rd and then came around to score on Jeremy Gaskin's RBI single. And then it was the 4th inning that really spelled doom for Avila and the Cardinals when 2 walks came around to score on hits by Matt Llanos and Carnell Galloway. And it's senior day, so we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a break and try to come back with a post-game interview right after this. Back here at Lawndale High School, even though the Cardinals lost to Centennial's Apaches 4-0, they played a terrific ball game, and Manny Avila was terrific against the Apaches, and they just ran into a pitcher that confounded them all game long. And I'm with the seniors now, the team, and we have Anthony Santillan and Rafa Luna. No, Brian Gomez. Yeah, I had you guys right before, and it was Brian, right? Brian, and then we have Kayla Phillips, Stephen Rudolph, and there's Rafa Luna over there. And guys, he did a great job all career here at Lawndale High School. And Anthony, I know that you wanted to be a sheriff. You're in the Explorer program, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how's that going?
That's going pretty good.
So you're rocking the Ultimate Warrior today, right? with the grease paint.
Yes. Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, there you go.
Yes.
So how was it today going up against Corvera? He was a pretty tough pitcher.
It was pretty good pitcher, but I got his timing right. Hit the ball. Good.
I thought you hit one out there to center field.
Center field, that was a good pitch. Just the wind brought it back.
So if it was at Hawthorne, it would have been out.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do now? Now that you're a senior, you played your last game maybe. What do you plan on doing as a freshman next year again?
I'm planning to join the Air Force.
Are you?
Yes.
Great. And just go there and be a pilot and see the wild blue yonder, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for you. Good luck with the Air Force.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a Cardinal. Now, Brian Gomez, one of the captains of the team, and you almost hit one out too there to left field, and boy, it just stayed in the park again.
Yeah, I just tried to sit back because I saw it outside, so I tried to take it the other way, and I got it, and he didn't apply a tag, so I was safe at third. First triple of the season.
There you go. All right, so that had to be fun, huh?
Yeah. I was getting tired around the bases, but
I was going to say, being a catcher,
yeah.
So what was it like catching your guy? You guys got a year in and year out. It seems like you guys got a really good staff. How was it catching those guys?
Most of our pitchers, I mean, every single one of our pitchers, they're good pitchers. Sometimes when they get nervous, they get a little crazy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But I gotta give props to them because sometimes they went out there and they gave us a show, but it just didn't go in our favor. But
then a lot of the guys pitch a lot of breaking balls too.
Yeah.
This isn't a fastball team.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we try, if they can't control their off speeds, we just try to go with inside fastballs, try to keep them jammed or something. But I mean, most of our guys throw off speed a lot, so try to keep the batters off balance.
Right. Yeah. And what about you, Brian? You gonna take your tools to another school? What you got planned?
Planning to go community first, but I still gotta check that out. Maybe, I don't know, try to go talk to some coaches.
Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of great JC programs around.
I want to keep going with it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Get the grades up, you get to go anywhere, man. All right, Brian, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now let's turn to Rafa Luna. Rafa, you got in there in the latter part of the game, so how'd things turn out for you this year?
They were pretty good. It's just kind of struggled sometimes, but when I was on it, I was on it.
Yeah. And this team here, the Apaches, they're just a pretty tough guy, pretty tough bunch.
Yeah, they're a good group. They got better a lot since the freshman year.
Yeah. And so what was your highlight of your career with the Cardinals?
I don't know, just winning the games and having my friends here.
That had to be a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'm going to North Arizona or to Arizona State and probably play ball out there.
All right. So you want to be a lumberjack or a Sun Devil?
I'm not sure yet.
Whoever takes you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just like I told Brian, get those grades up, you get to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And good luck. And Kayla Phillips, the manager.
Yes, Lou.
Thanks for being the biggest help I
You're
ever had
welcome.
here for baseball.
You're welcome.
And we're going to miss you.
I miss you guys.
Yeah. So you're going all the way to TCU?
I am going to TCU.
Why? What did we do?
'Cause I just want to go out there and explore the
So
world.
these guys, you don't like them that much? You had to go all the way to
Nah,
Texas?
I really can't stand them.
So now why are you going to TCU?
Because they have an awesome education program there, and I just want to get out of the LA,
Okay.
go and explore.
There you go. That's a good place to
Yep.
go. And what was your highlight of being the manager, the team manager?
There really isn't a highlight, but one of my favorite moments was when the boys sang happy birthday to me and surprised me with a baseball for my birthday this past year.
A baseball? That's all they got you was a baseball?
And cupcakes.
Oh, okay.
And
all
a
right,
win.
All right, there you go.
And a win.
Then that had to be special too.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Because it was a couple of months ago, right?
Yeah, I was.
Okay. So we missed it, but happy birthday.
Thank you, Lou.
And now the other captain of the team, Steven Rudolph, all season long, you just went up and just started to swing, and really, you can see, there you go. Boy, she knows how to do this business pretty well. And all you did was just get in the batter's box, and it just seemed like you were on base or making the big play. So, how is your career here? 4 years in the varsity squad, right?
Yeah, I've been here 4 years. I've been 4 years with Brian, and our whole career here, we've just been doing what we need to do, making the plays we need to do, and just have a great time here.
And he just kind of went about his business, didn't really show a lot of emotion, but inside you had to be pretty pumped up playing here.
Yeah, inside I'm a totally different person, but I like to show my composure on the outside.
And you had to have some highlights in your career here. 4 years, I mean, that's a lot of guys don't usually get to put on the varsity jersey for that many years.
Yeah, I think the highlight of my whole career, though, is just this day right here. Being here 4 years and seeing this whole team grow and just leaving here with my friends and my team. We started off as just teammates, but now we're leaving as family, so nothing better than that.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, Steven, what are you going to do with your tools?
Same thing as Brian. I'm going to go look into some junior colleges for baseball and then move on from there.
All right. Well, thanks, guys and gal, for giving us a lot of memories here on City TV. And wherever you go, just make sure we're still here for you. All right? All right, that's going to wrap it up from Lawndale High School and the high school baseball season for 2013. This is Lou Stowers, once again for the terrific City TV crew, telling you once again the final score from Lawndale High School, the Apaches 4 and the Cardinals nothing. Until next time, so long. 1, that's right, excuse me, 4-1. See, that's why we got the scorekeeper here. All right, we'll see you later.